Okay, so we already have our field loaded here. So I'm just going to go through how you fill out a TVC form. So let's say you turn down this street, you arrive to your site, you spray it. Afterwards, you'll click on your site, so A14 of 1, go over to Forms, and click on Forms. So your guys' tablets won't show as many options as I have here on my phone, but what you'll do is you'll look for TVC V5 somewhere. So we got it right here, Marksman TVC herbicide application ticket V5. This will be the ticket you use most often for the sites that you spray. So you start off, click on the date at the very top, and then it basically just walks you through everything. So it'll already be set for the day that you are spraying the site. So if it was today, it'd be May 1st. Once that part's filled out, just swipe to the right. You click the size in meters squared. So when we first started spraying the site, we'd say how big it was. So let's say the site was 4,500 meters squared. Type in 4,500. Swipe. Fill in your crew members. So we'll say this site was sprayed by Adonis. And we'll say Dylan Brown. Crew supervisor, we'll put down John Sloman. Swipe again. Start time. Let's say that we started spraying it at 9 a.m. and we'll say that we finished spraying it at 9:30. So on your next page here, it will say total time. So 9 till 9:30 would be 0.5 hours. However, for the purpose of this tutorial, let's say that we started at 9, but we didn't finish until, let's say, 9:45. So that would be 0.75 hours. So that's kind of how we always do time, is in quarter fragments. So take you 15 minutes, that translates to 0.25 hours. Half an hour would be 0.5. 45 minutes would be 0.75. And if it took 1 hour, then 1 hour. So I think I left that at 0.75 hours. So on to the next part, you get your job number. So you just simply find the field that you were spraying in. So for this field, this is Husky Energy. So click on Husky Energy, which is job number 1073. Equipment name, so that's the truck you were in. So these are the trucks from last year, but it'll be updated here shortly. So all the trucks this year are 19. So let's say you were in 1814, just click on the truck 1814. Method of application, it'll usually be handgun, and spray method will be entire area. Most of our fields, we spray the Texas gates as well. So some of the lease roads will have a Texas gate on the way into the site. If you have a Texas gate you spray, you just put down 1 or 2 or however many gates it was. We'll just say that this site didn't have any. Our rate of spray will usually be 1,000 liters a hectare. So at this point, you will have already sprayed your site, so you know how much exactly you sprayed. So the site was 4,500 meters squared. So you're probably going to want to have sprayed, anywhere between 400 liters to 450 liters, depending on how much equipment was on the site that you didn't spray. We'll say that we sprayed 400 liters. So now we have to input the weather. So let's say it was 3 to 6 kilometers an hour. Wind was northeast. So for the wind here, you're going to put down whatever your weather network says. If your weather network says the wind's northeast, you put down northeast. Soil type, sand, loam. Temperature is a nice cool spring day, say 9 degrees. Humidity would be 67. Again, for all this weather, just reference the weather network and it'll tell you exactly what it was for the area you're spraying in. Add a new picture or diagram. So when you guys are out there spraying sites, we want 3 pictures. We want a picture of the sign that says the LSD for the site, and we also would like a couple pictures of the site. So you can do one far out picture of what the site looks like in general, and then maybe it's another picture from a different angle. So when we're looking back over the tickets later on, we have an idea of what site it was. So you would take a picture, you would add it, and then in your comments, you just put down exactly what you did for that site. So I put down arrived at site, sprayed entire site except for northeast corner, which was filled with water. So you just put down a general description for each site. Let's say that you showed up on the site and it took you an hour and a half to spray the site because you got some of your equipment broke down, or you ran into an issue along the way that made the site take longer to spray. So in that case, just document everything. So you can say arrived at site, started to spray site, hose burst, had to fix hose, and finished spraying site. So just as long as you document everything, because later on we'll be going through the tickets in the office, and if we see a site that took you 2 hours to spray when it should only have taken you 15 minutes, then we're going to be having questions about it. So it just makes it easier for everyone if you have all of the comments in there and you document everything, everything from start to finish of the site. So then you'd click on add, get your next picture, click on add, maybe another picture, and then once you have the pictures, click on do not add. It'll take you to the next step here. So we select our herbicide tank mix. So let's just say that we were just spraying, we were spraying like Roundup, Arsenal, and if we turn it sideways here, we can see what else we had. Yeah, so we'll say 14. So we're spraying Roundup, Arsenal, and Truvist. So you guys your supervisor will tell you what chemicals you guys are spraying, and you'll have that chemical in your truck for the areas that you're doing. So you'll know what tank mix you're using. So you'll select on the tank mix accordingly. For the most part, targeted vegetation and distance to water will always remain the same. Flag site to return, no. The only times you'll ever really need to say yes to return to a site is if, let's say you started spraying a site and halfway through it starts raining out, so you can't finish the site and you return back to the shop. So in that case, you would say yes, flag site to return, and in the comments under the photos, you would explain. So you would say started spraying site, started raining, had to shut down, drove back to Lloyd, fueled up at the gas station, and shut down at shop. And then what that'll do is when you say flag the site, it'll turn the polygon red so that we can see that, and we can go back and finish the site on a better spray day. So after that, just save form and exit. And then it's attached to your polygon. If you go back to your polygon and click on it and go into forms, you just click on that and your form and everything is right there.